Okay, so we'll start off with options, option chain beta. So this is the new update to the option chain. And yeah, please know that what we do is whenever a tool is about 70–80% done, we just add it over here. So and then we take your suggestions and keep on adding or fine-tuning the features that are there over here. So a few things are, I mean, we are still working on this part because I'm trying to fine-tune what should be here, the color coding and all that. So I'll try and explain whatever logic is there behind all this. Basically, it's pretty straightforward. But this is still a work in progress. So few minor things can keep changing over here. New things can get added also. So that's the thing. So yeah, and just to briefly state in Hindi, तो ये जो यहाँ पे जो tools होते हैं वो सारे नए tools होते हैं और जब भी कोई tool almost ready हो जाता है तो वो हम यहाँ पे add करते हैं और फिर आप उसको यूज कर सकते हैं और हमको सजेशन दे सकते हैं और उसके बाद हम वो सजेशंस अगर उसमें कुछ हो तो फिर हम वो कुछ आइडियाज हो तो फिर हम वो लेके इसमें इम्प्लीमेंट करते हैं और फाइन ट्यून करते हैं, कुछ नया ऐड करना है ऐड करते हैं. तो ऐसे ये चलते रहता है. तो ये इसमें थोड़े चेंजेस आते रहेंगे और इसमें अभी थोड़ा काम चल रहा है, थोड़ा फाइन ट्यूनिंग चल रहा है इसमें, कलर कोडिंग वगैरह. तो जैसे ही पूरा रेडी हो जाता है तो ये यहाँ से लेके हम लोग यहाँ पे ऐड कर देंगे और ये पुराना वाला जो है, ये पुराना वाला टेम्पररी हम लोग यहाँ पे मूव कर देंगे ओल्ड वर्जन्स के नीचे. तो आपको चाहे तो पुराना वाला यहाँ बाद में कंटिन्यू देख सकते हैं अगर आपको देखना हो, वरना नया वाला यहाँ पे आ जाएगा. सो न्यू वन विल बी पुट हियर एंड द ओल्ड वन विल बी पुट ओवर हियर इन द ओल्ड वर्जन्स once this tool is ready. Okay, here now what we have done is all this data over here, we have added these lots, quantity and value, and so these are used, these buttons are basically used to change the value of OI change, volume on both the sides, and also these, wherever OI change, volume, etc., everything is there. So all that will get changed. So if you have clicked lots, so now everything over here is in terms of lots, like OI change. These are all lots, and even these are all going to be in lots, in terms of lots. So if you want to check quantity, you can check quantity. If you want to check value, so then now all these are going to be value in crores and all that, because and value for volume is going to be multiplied with VWAP to get volume value of the volume, and OI and OI change are going to be multiplied with LTP. So the same is going to be here. So all these are in values. So ये सब values में है. एक बार आप value select करेंगे तो पूरा सारा का सारा data, यानी कि OI change और volume ये पूरा value में दिखेगा. Quantity click करेंगे, quantity दिखेगा, यानी कि पूरा shares lot size से multiply होके. Lots click करेंगे तो lots में दिखेगा पूरा. तो ऐसा, और ये सिर्फ ओपन इंटरेस्ट चेंज और वॉल्यूम को चेंज करता है ये वाला बटन. एंड देन वी आल्सो हैव नाउ नियर ATM स्ट्राइक, सो यू कैन क्लिक ओवर हियर एंड जस्ट व्यू ओनली 5 strikes in and out of the money. If you want all strikes are there. And here now lots of columns have got added.
Hello.
Yeah, kindly mute yourself, please. Questions you can ask once the tool discussion is done.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Here we have buttons where lots of columns are there now. So we have added lots of columns. So whatever columns you want, you can enable from here for call side and put side. So you can do that from here. So the new columns that I've got added, if you see, all these Greeks, trend and all that were there all the time. Build-up is there, and IV, percentage of OI change, percentage IV change. All these people wanted volume change. So all these are there. And the main thing that is there is extrinsic value. Extrinsic value is very useful, especially check this on expiry day, because this, if you're shorted options on both sides, then this is actually the value out of the LTP that you will actually basically get. This is very relevant. I mean, if you're in out of the money options, then there is no issue because the LTP is going to be the extrinsic value, yeah, both for both sides. But if you're in the money, looking at in the money options, then out of this 136 here, this is only the time value basically that you can capture. So if you have shorted this option on an expiry day and you're waiting for it to capture some of this the money out of this, so basically this is all that you can capture. This is what extrinsic values is. So out of the money, the whole price will be the time value. So you can capture the whole thing because this will, out of the money options will all go to zero on expiry day. But in the money options will only lose this time value. So the rest of it will remain. So that is what this indicates. Same for this side, this in the money and this in the money. So only this extrinsic value you can capture if you are short on an expiry day. So that is what this column is. So, and then there are a few extra columns here that apply to both sides, PCR of OI, PCR of OI change, and PCR of volume. So these are there only on the put side, so you can enable this. And one additional thing is open high, open low also. This also is going to be there on both sides. Open high, open low also. You can check. So which of these options have opened at high or at low? So you would know that. So this is about the columns. Now about these. Now basically total OI change. Now all these, one most important thing is that all these values over here are based on these selected strikes only. तो आपने जो यहाँ पे जितने स्ट्राइक्स यहाँ पे सेलेक्ट किए हैं, तो यहाँ पे अब मैंने 7 स्ट्राइक सेलेक्ट किए हैं, तो ये पूरे जो जितने स्ट्राइक्स हैं यहाँ पे 7 ऊपर 7 नीचे, ये सारे स्ट्राइक्स का ही डेटा यहाँ पे आता है, यहाँ पे टोटल्स जो भी है, यानी कि आप कॉल्स का टोटल ओआई चेंज यहाँ पे दिखा रहा है ये. So this OI change for calls is this OI change of these calls only, these calls only. So पूरा का पूरा डेटा अगर आपको देखना है, so you'll have to then go for all strikes. All strikes अगर क्लिक करेंगे तो ही फिर सारा का सारा टोटल यहाँ पे आपको दिखेगा. और ये यहाँ पे 5 strikes अगर हैं तो only 5 strikes का डेटा यहाँ पे दिखेगा. So kindly note that. So hope this is not confusing. So it's only for the selected strike. Now the main thing over here is total OI change, call OI change, put OI change, and this is the net. This is obviously going to be the most important thing because this will quickly tell you which side the pressure or the sentiment, OI sentiment is on. So this net negative value tells you, which is in red, it tells you that calls are being written more, or rather the OI change of calls is more for the day. And this is for the day. For the day, this is the net OI change for these strikes. Generally, this is what is going to be relevant. So 5-5 or 7-7 or even 10-10 strikes. If you see quickly, you'll note which side the sentiment is on. So here, it just says that it's negative basically. Now, total OI is going to be kind of positional because this will get carried over. So this OI change is for the day. So this is what this is. ये जो अभी जो ट्रेडिंग हो रहा है सुबह से मार्केट में, तो उसका चेंज दिखाता है. तो वो वाला सेंटिमेंट, इंट्राडे का सेंटिमेंट आपको OI चेंज बताएगा. और ये कैरी ओवर जो होने वाला है, so what is getting carried over is the OI. Open interest is going to be carried over for the next day. So this will tell you. So this sentiment, this negative sentiment is being carried over to the next day. So this is what this is, total OI. Volume, we have kept it neutral. So because it doesn't mean much that the put volume is more or call volume is more. That we have just kept it neutral as of now. And total long build-up OI. So now if you see over here, you see you can enable build-up here. And we'll enable build up here. So this, so whatever long buildup is there. So if you see, there is no long buildup here. That is why this is 0. Long buildup is there only on this side. See, long buildup is there. So only that OI will be there over here. If you see 15.24 crores over here, we are talking about value here. So this, only this is there here. So this will, and long buildup on the put side. Long buildup on the put side is always negative. So because people are going long over here. So that means they are bearish. So that is the reason why we are showing it in negative. So long buildup on the put side is negative. So net over here, if something was there over here, then some net different figure would have come. So as of now, for these strikes, net long buildup OI is negative. So it is saying it is bearish. Short covering, there are no short coverings over here. You don't see, so there is nothing over here. So let us 1 minute, let us increase this and see if we can get something. Nothing, there is no short covering. Let me turn something. I don't know why this has got. Let me, I don't know why time also has got enabled. We'll get this checked, some issue. Okay, here, now nothing, even this short covering, okay, short covering is there over here. So now short covering again here, covering of shorts. So it is happening on the put side. Covering of shorts is happening on the put side. So this is again going to be negative because shorts on the put side are actually bullish, but short covering is happening. So those positions are covered. So unwinding is happening. So that is bearish. So any unwinding happening on the put side is bearish. So that is bearish. So whatever, if you see whatever color coding we have done, so you'll quickly be able to tell whether this is bullish or bearish. So that is the whole idea. So long unwinding over here is saying that it is bullish over here on the put side. So long unwinding is happening. So if long unwinding happens on put side, obviously that is bullish. So we are marking it as bullish. But if you see overall, you need to get the overall picture. यहाँ पूरा ओवरऑल पिक्चर देखना है तो आप बहुत सारा रेड देखेंगे आप तो ऑब्वियसली बेरिश है, ये आपको इससे पता चलेगा. तो बहुत सारा ग्रीन दिखेगा, यहाँ पे ग्रीन दिखेगा तो ये बुलिश रहेगा. तो ये कलर कोडिंग से ये हम लोग बता रहे हैं. और अभी एक इसमें यहाँ पे आपको अगर थोड़ा बुलिश दिखेगा, लेकिन अब सारा का सारा रेड है तो जनरली ओवरऑल ये बेरिश है. एंड दिस इफ यू सी, ये वैल्यू काफी छोटा है, तो दिस इज टेलिंग यू दैट इज नॉट सिग्निफिकेंट. So that kind of thing. This whole thing is red, so it means it is mainly bearish. Now, what we have done for convenience. So all these, whatever bullish or bearish values are there, we are saying what is the total bullish OI over here. OI, and also we have said OI change. So bullish OI. Bullish OI means all this, whatever is bullish over here, whatever we say is going to be bullish. So here, this is bearish. So this will go under this bearish. If there is anything bullish over here, that will go over here. So this we are going to add, and we are going to show it as whatever bullish OI is going to be there. We are going to show the value as bullish. Whatever is bearish here, all this is going to be totaled, and it is going to be over here. Same bullish OI change and bearish OI change. So again, this is going to be intraday. ये सिर्फ intraday के लिए है, और ये positional का बताता है, क्योंकि ये ओपन इंटरेस्ट है जो कैरी होगा नेक्स्ट दिन के लिए. तो ये पोजिशनल है और ये इंट्राडे. एंड दिस somebody had asked, they wanted to see this, so we have added. I mean, there's not much significant. You'll just see, and what is the total call premium and what is the total put premium. So all this LTPs are added over here. So ये सारा का सारा पूरा ऐड होके इस पे कॉल साइड का प्रीमियम बताता है, और ये पुट साइड का प्रीमियम, यहाँ पे पुट साइड का प्रीमियम. Now this is the standard again. This is going to be ये और ये same है, PCOI change. So ये same रहेगा. This is again PCOI change, and this is PCR of OI, PCR of OI change, PCR of volume. So पूरा net of all these strikes. So ये सारा का सारा PCR यहाँ पे available. Now these two sections here, they are of OTM options and in the money ITM options. Out of the money options, in the money options के totals हैं यहाँ पे. So these in the money options, sorry, out of the money options, the total OI of out of the money. So now for calls के लिए ये वाला current जो at the money जो price है, इसके ऊपर वाला सब वो out of the money है. So all these are out of the money. So out of the money OI we have added over here. And for puts we have added over here. So puts wala ye hai, out of the money. These are out of the money strikes for put. So we have added all these OI over here. So and this again we have done net. So puts minus calls. So this will again tell you the net. This obviously is going to be for positional. This is relevant for intraday. So this is overall anyway bearish at the moment. Again, this is out of the money volumes. And this PCR of OI, out of the money OI. So this is going to be puts, put OI divided by call OI. This is that value. OI change. So put OI change divided by call OI change is this. This will quickly tell you whether it's bullish, bearish. So this is very low. So at the moment it is bearish. So it may be going into oversold territory if this goes further down, or it's almost around oversold territory, you can say. So this is what this tells you. Now this is in the money. Now in the money, so see out of the money, what is going to be one thing to look at is out of the money focus is writers are going to be mainly focusing on or mainly who are focusing on option selling. They are going to do mostly, they are going to trade mostly in out of the money, obviously, and who are going to actually carry the positions. Maybe they have some hedges and all that, or a lot of hedging, or they are doing some positional strategies, or maybe risk defined strategies. They'll have both like in the money and out of the money also. So vertical spreads maybe, so they'll be say buying this and selling this, or buying this and selling this. So that kind of stuff. So positional and the trades, risk defined trades that are getting carried over, they are going to be mostly this open interest. And the focus of this is going to be intraday and probably those who are doing heavy selling strategies. So whatever selling strategies are being done, their focus is going to be OTM. So you can think in terms of this OI and OI change in terms of that. So when you're looking at intraday, so may look at this and see what is really happening of this OTM OI change, because this is going to be fluctuating very fast, because I mean, this is not positional. These are mainly focused on intraday, because if positional, if they carry like, yeah, this is going to be positional, and this is these are going to be mainly, I would say, buyer focused, and in buyer focused strategies, and these are going to be seller focused strategies. That is what I wanted to convey. तो सेलिंग जो स्ट्रैटेजीज जो सेलिंग जो होते हैं वो पूरा इसमें ओआई आपको मेनली दिखेगा, और इंट्राडे के लिए ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट हो जाता है। और जो कैरी ओवर के लिए जो होता है, ये इन द मनी ऑप्शंस ज़्यादा यूज होते हैं। तो ये रिस्क डिफाइंड स्ट्रैटेजीज जो होते हैं और जो हेजिंग स्ट्रैटेजीज होते हैं, वो उसका ओआई ये बहुत सारा इसमें होता है। तो एनालिसिस आप उस वो डायरेक्शन में सोच के आप कर सकते हैं इसका। This is about that. Just a minute. Let me, this has got enabled. And we need to check this. Some issue is there over here. All these has got enabled. Any questions about this?
हेलो
या
सर, इसके अंदर अपन ये ऑप्शन का जो प्रीमियम का जो प्राइस है उसका डे हाई और डे लो का कॉलम ला सकते हैं क्या? डे हाई ब्रेक और डे लो ब्रेक का।
डे हाई ब्रेक और डे लो ब्रेक,
जो डे का हाई अगर उसको ब्रेक करता है तो आ जाना चाहिए डे हाई, ऐसा लिखा हुआ है। लो
ठीक है, मैं नोट कर लेता हूँ इसको, तो मैं नोट करके।
वो बहुत अच्छा टूल है, उसमें अपने को समझ में आ जाता है कि आज ये ऑप्शन में ये स्ट्राइक प्राइस पे इसका हाई टूटा है, तो फिर हम उसमें एंट्री मार सकते हैं।
ओके, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है सर, मैं ये नोट कर लेता हूँ, और मैं ये नोट करके ये बात करूंगा ये हमारी टीम से। There's some issue over here, everything is getting enabled, so yeah, let me see. There's
ग्रीक
some-
को हाइड कर दीजिए।
yeah, Greeks को hide कर देंगे। This side also has got. Okay. Yeah, another thing is over here, this color coding here. This is going to be the highest OI and OI change. And this is going to be the second highest, and this is going to be the third highest. Same on the put side. Highest OI change, second highest, and third highest. And unwinding, again, same. Unwinding is going to be सबसे ज्यादा अनवाइंडिंग जो है ये रेड में दिखाएगा, और यहाँ पे ग्रीन में, यहाँ पे नहीं है वरना यहाँ पे ग्रीन में दिखाएगा।
श्रीकांत जी,
या सॉरी,
चेतन जी, हेलो,
या
वो नीचे आईटीएम ओटीएम दिखा रहे हैं,
हाँ,
उसमें आप एटीएम तो नहीं ले रहे?
एटीएम का तो क्योंकि एक ही होता है, तो इसमें
नहीं, मतलब सुनिए, जब स्ट्राइक चेंज होगा,
हाँ,
तो मतलब इंट्राडे में वो कवर हो जाएगा, फिर वो एटीएम होगा, वो समझो आईटीएम में आ जाएगा या तो ओटीएम में चला जाएगा।
हाँ,
तो जो स्ट्राइक ओटीएम आईटीएम में होगा वो निकल जाएगा।
हाँ, तो अब क्या आपको क्या चाहिए, मैं समझा नहीं।
नहीं, मतलब वो काउंट नहीं हो रहा ना।
हाँ, काउंट तो नहीं होगा, वो ओटीएम मतलब सिर्फ यही काउंट होंगे, और ये
अच्छा, वो अपने आप निकल जाएगा और
हाँ, वो ऑटोमेटिकली एडजस्ट हो जाएगा, ऑटोमेटिक है। ओनली ये सिर्फ आउट ऑफ द मनी के लेगा, ये आउट ऑफ द मनी, और ये इन द मनी सिर्फ इन द मनी के ही लेगा, ये ऑटोमेटिकली एडजस्ट होता है। जैसे एटीएम चेंज होगा वैसे वो एडजस्ट हो जाएगा।
Sir, sir, good evening, sir.
या गुड इवनिंग।
Sir, one thing, since we are developing this tool, one suggestion I was having,
Yeah.
can we do this thing, sir? Sir, so every column we are enabling and disabling. Can
Yeah.
we select and shift column according to our preference? Like if I want to volume change in first, for example, since we have here build up is first, I want volume in first. So we cannot select similar like Excel sheet.
Yeah.
And-
Position selection is not available at the moment.
Yeah. So can we do in near future? Since we are developing, it's not finalized. So let's see the possibility, sir. Why
Sure.
I'm saying, sir, because sometimes OI percentage is in third column. Here we are seeing, and change points we need two things. Somebody has need to be calculated. So both will be same.
Sure. I'll talk to my team. We'll see if we can do it. Yeah.
And sir, below whatever the OTM and ATM you said, ITM you said, can you please 5 minutes take and please describe again, sir, ITM one and OTM one in the below summary section?
Yeah. These are, I mean, basically, see, these are in the money sections, the gray sections. So the total of these OI is there over here. So, and this is in the money, are, as I was saying, it's more relevant for hedging strategies and positions that are being carried over. So the idea of this open interest is very different than OTM. OTM is all writer focused. So people who are into option selling strategies are focused on OTM strikes. So this OI behaves very differently versus in the money. So you have to keep that in mind when you analyze that. So we'll discuss more of these later, because I'm also studying this and trying to see what exactly can be analyzed from this OI versus this OI. But I can tell you one thing, that for intraday, this is very important. And for positional, this is important. And even for intraday also, this is important to a certain extent, because if you see significant unwinding happening and all that in the money, then it is going to be a signal. If in the money,
first signal will start from ITM.
Yeah, in the money. So if trend is changing, then you will get to know over here pretty quickly. And this is basically the selling, and this is going to be the standard signal that is there. But during trend changes, yeah, this unwinding here is going to show up very quickly. So you need to keep an eye on both of these, definitely.
And again, sir, this is also similar, like this will get update after each 3 minutes, like four minutes.
Yeah, because all this is again OI based, open interest based. So open interest updates only every 3 minutes from NSE side, and then 1 minute delay. So around 4 minutes and 25 seconds will be there. So this, you need to use this for confirmation only. So don't rely on getting a signal for this. Or if you are not you are not scalping or anything, then you can definitely use these signals. 4 minute delayed for scalping is of no use. But for strategies where you are taking a position for at least an hour or so intraday, then you can definitely use these signals. So it's not going to be a major delay, because once you know the trend has changed, when you analyze this, then your whole the signals that you take will definitely change. So that this is going to be useful. So confirmation of trends you can definitely get from here. And if you are not scalping, then this is definitely useful.
Kanji, LTP color coding, one side is totally pink and one side is green and pink.
This is above and below VWAP. If this is above VWAP, then it is light green. And if you see, you can compare with this, you will know. And this is below VWAP, then it is going to be red. So that is what is this color means.
And 17,700 put LTP is higher, then it should be green.
LTP is higher than, sorry, VWAP is not there over here.
VWAP is not
1
there.
minute, 1 minute. I think 1 minute. Let me, bid should be there. This should be there. Yeah. Yeah, this now VWAP is there.
Now it is okay.
Below, yeah, below VWAP.
And this ITM data is for buyers also.
See, this is, we are talking about options. So buyer and seller both will be there. So if one contract is added, then both buyer and sellers will be there.
No, this below column.
Yeah.
Lower column.
Buyer,
ITM,
sellers, everything. Yeah, this
is
open.
for positional and also buyers.
Yes, yes.
OTM is for seller. OTM is for writers.
No, what I mean is, OTM OTM positions are mainly sellers focus on these OTM positions. That is what I mean. Because say, for example, you're selling intraday strangle. So then you'll be selling this versus this strike, these two strikes maybe. So your seller is going to focus on these. So that is what I mean. So OTM, this is going to be mainly focused on those who have selling strategies. So this open interest is going to be mainly from their side, coming from their side. That is what I mean. And this, if you're, yeah.
ITM doesn't mean that.
Yeah, ITM means more, of course, sellers also can be there. Some of them may be here and they may be in the process of unwinding their positions, but because their position will be in loss if they are in the money. But suppose they are trading spreads or they are trading ratio spreads. Suppose they have bought this and they have sold two of these. So then ratio spread, so that way these sellers also can be involved. But mainly, now the deeper you go, then the positions are going to be mainly hedging or risk-defined strategies, that kind of thing. So more and more, the more deeper you go, the more less probability that there are writers over here. More writer-focused strategies are the ones who are trading this. They're mostly risk-defined strategies or hedging strategies, that kind of thing. And more closer to the money, slightly in the money, and out of the money, they're all writers, ratio spreads and triangles, straddles, and that kind of stuff. So that is why you have to analyze this in that kind of, you have to use that kind of framework to analyze this. So this is mostly controlled by selling strategies, and this is by risk-defined strategies or hedging strategies. So this will be more stable, but this will suddenly change when trend is changing, because if trend is changing, then these people over here are going to be in trouble, these and these people. So they'll probably just shift, they'll unwind and all that. So you'll see unwinding happening. So then you will know that. So
generally, open interest change happens after the price action. How can we interpret open interest so that we can participate in the price action?
Yeah, price once after price moves, that is when the open interest will change. So that is why I said you can use it as a confirmation tool. So where we have discussed in total PE COI, if you can go and take a look at the video, I've said that we focus on unwinding. We focus on unwinding on either the put side or the call side. So that is how we actually see which side the market may be moving. So that is how you have to do it. So once you see significant unwinding happening on the put side, it means that the market may be going that side. Because otherwise, why would people who have these positions unwind? Only because these are getting deeper into the money. If market is moving down over here, so then if there are writers over here, these writers over here will be facing the hit. So if they have only sold and they're waiting, fine. If they are into spreads, there is no problem, but a big chunk will be writers also, purely from selling strategies also. So they'll roll down. They'll just close this position and they will move to this, or they'll be close this and move to this kind of thing. They'll go slightly out of the money. So to reduce their risk. So you will see unwinding happening over here in the money, at the money, in the money. So once a market starts to go down. So that is what we track. That is what you track. In total PE COI, I had said that you need to see when you have selected all strikes in total PE COI, you need to see where around 1% unwinding is happening. That tells you that there is something significant happening over there. Or if not 1%, if you steadily see the 0.5, 0.6%, 0.7% unwinding happening, 2-3 continuous. So that is also significant. So you need to see that kind of thing versus what is happening on the call side. So both sides you have to see. If buildup is happening on call side and then unwinding is happening on the put side, then there is some change happening. So the market is going down. So that means bearish sentiment is increasing. That is what it tells you. And opposite for the call side. If market is going up, then the call unwinding will start. So that is what. So you can gauge from here also. I mean, that we still need to see, how we have just added this, and I'm very closely studying this. I'll come up with more. We'll have some kind of help also over here, where I'll give detail of what to actually look for over here, because I'm going through the history and trying to study and see what kind of strategies that can be formed, or what kind of indications will be there. And we'll probably, once we get indications, it will be more clear. We'll also add more color coding here and probably make it more clear that this is changing and that this should be looked at, or you should focus on this kind of thing. So some kind of indication that this is happening.
Yes, sir. Actually, one more thing, sir. I was thinking, wherever we have the summary section, this is too much data. That is good. But whatever the previous data is with the comparison of current data. Suppose, sir, in below section, sir, suppose ITM column is having 35.19 crore as of now. But after 4:30 minutes, next update, it became 35 crore. Okay, so it's less. So can we do like below arrow, and if it's become 36 crore, then up arrow. So we can consider like, from last update to this update, it's getting continuous increasing. Because as a human being, everyone will not remember this number, 35.19 become 36.19, then it's increased or decreased. So one more column we can have, and we can say like, up arrow, green arrow.
Okay.
That kind.
let me see, because see the whole thing, the issue with all this data, what is going to happen is there's a lot of data to analyze, and the thing is, if we try to add a comparison with older data and all that, what happens is this slows down the page overall, it slows down, so we have to strike a balance between that. But let me check with my team and see if we can do something like that, if we can try and
Can you add a time interval? 5 minute पहले क्या था, 10 minute पहले क्या था?
That
नहीं,
is
वो तो
already.
that is the next step in this. That is going to come in the next update. So you will be able to go back and see also. So that is going to be there anyway. So you can scroll back and see 5 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago, or even 9:15 what was the data, and that kind. You can scroll back and forth over here. So that is coming in the next update. So, but that will take some time. But we are going to do that as the next update. That is for actually first coming in Voice Stats beta, actually next very soon. We are working, testing on that. So once that is done, we test that properly, and then we'll add that functionality over here. That will be there.
That kind of bar also can be added here.
What kind of bar actually?
आप OS stat पे जाइए अपने.
हाँ, OS stat पे next जाते हैं. ये खत्म कर देंगे, फिर उस पे जाएंगे.
उसमें जो बार है ना,
हाँ,
उसको आप horizontally इसमें लगा सकते हो.
हाँ, वो देखेंगे सर. वो यानी कि वो एक टाइम आगे पीछे जाने के लिए ना.
वो मतलब वो increase decrease होगा तो इसमें दिख जाएगा.
वो तो इसमें नहीं रहेगा सर. अच्छा, वैसे बोल रहे हैं आप. समझा.
वैसे भी हो सकता है, वैसे भी हो सकता है.
हाँ, ठीक है सर. देखते हैं अभी इसमें.
लेकिन सर मेरी एक रिक्वेस्ट है, आप वो जरा टूल को कंप्लीट करा दो पहले.
कौन सा वाला? वॉइस सेट
टूल
पोर्टफोलियो ट्रैकर. हाँ सर, वो हो रहा है. कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है थोड़ा, तो उस पे काम चल रहा है.
अरे सर, बहुत ट्रैक चेंज हो जाती है, हम कहीं नहीं देते.
हाँ, बराबर. वो एक बड़ा इश्यू है उसमें. करेक्ट. नहीं, करेंगे वो डेफिनेट. वो डायरेक्ट मैं इन्वॉल्व हूँ उसमें. मैं वो डेवलपर्स के साथ बैठ के हर रोज उस पे काम कर रहा हूँ मैं. तो डेफिनेटली उस पे फोकस है मेरा.
स्ट्राइक भी चेंज हो जाती है.
नहीं, वो तो पूरा ही इसको ये वाला हम ले नहीं रहे हैं एक्चुअली. पूरा का पूरा रीराइट कर रहे हैं उसका. वो क्या है, एक साइड पे ऑप्शन चेन रहेगा, दूसरे साइड पे ऑफ चार्ट रहेगा. तो वैसे डायरेक्ट ऑप्शन चेन से ऐड हो सकता है. वैसे कुछ कर रहे हैं.
लेकिन सर उसमें लेफ्ट नंबर ऑफ लेफ्ट्स कितने भी हो तो हो सकता है.
हाँ, वो तो करेंगे सर. वो पूरा कंप्लीट पूरा फ्रेश बना रहे हैं, तो वो एकदम बेटर रहेगा. काफी इससे हमको आइडियाज आए हैं. अब काफी इससे ये प्रॉब्लम्स इसमें जो आए हैं, इससे काफी सीखा है हमने. तो उसको अच्छा बनाएंगे डेफिनेटली. उसका देखेंगे कब बीटा कब लॉन्च हो सकता है. एक फ्यू वीक्स में लॉन्च हो जाएगा शायद. देखेंगे, ट्राई करता हूँ. वो देखेंगे.
अब उसके लिए दूसरी जगह जाना अच्छा नहीं लगता.
करेक्ट. बराबर है सर, बराबर है. नहीं, वो करेंगे, डेफिनेटली करेंगे.
सर, एक अपनी टीम में रजत तो कही रहे हैं ना कि हम एक कैरियर स्टार्ट करना है. सर, इनको सेलेक्ट करिए और करवाइए.
सर समझा नहीं. क्या सर? समझा नहीं.
No. In our meeting chat, Rajat sir is saying कि we want to start career with iChat. So there are lots of works, Rajat, so you can join into this.
Yeah, sure. Okay, sir.
Hey,
So,
hey Shrikant, this is
Yeah.
Vignesh here.
yeah, Vignesh, tell me.
Yeah, Shrikant, is that possible that to add some short videos on how to use the particular functionalities in the website itself, rather than we are going to YouTube? If you given that certain links or some short videos, I think I have mentioned this in previous.
Yeah, I know.
webinar also.
I mean, it's all I need to do that, and I have not been doing it. So I need to sit and record those. Just not getting time. I need to do that.
No, it is not that at a one shot you will upload. Whenever you will get a time with the each 1 or 2 subjects, you can take it and you can just upload it here in website. You
Yeah,
can give a
that is the
detail.
plan actually. Do short videos and just provide a link here itself on the page. So it'll be
Yes,
easier.
yes. On the each functionalities or
Yeah.
each options, whatever available. If you have
Yeah.
that short videos, it will be very helpful. So that they can. And one
Yes,
more
yes.
thing, any idea that future and option charts you are going live, because now it is a delayed 1.5 minutes, right?
Yeah, no, that will be only when we come up with the broker login, because then we can get data, real-time data through their API and connect. So that is going to take work is going on for that also. So sending of orders also and real-time charts also, all that will be enabled through broker login. So that is a separate task that is going on. So people are working on it. So will take some time. Yes. Because all tools also have to change. So we'll probably start with just one tool, maybe
But
option change.
data vendor are selling the live data.
We can't take it from there, sir. Data vendor. We'll have to take it from the exchange only, because we are not allowed to take it from data vendor. So if we take it from exchange, then it's very, very expensive. I mean, your subscription fees and all that will go very high. So we are trying to keep that low. And then if it is through a broker login, then you don't have to pay too much extra. I mean, we'll still probably have a very small fee, but then real time will be available. So that we'll see what we can do in terms of that.
Yeah, that's correct. And means any 2023 itself by end of 23.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah. We are trying to do it much before that actually. So work is going on that.
Okay,
we'll see.
Great.
Yeah.
And also do one get together in Bangalore also, right? Apart from Hyderabad.
Yes.
Hyderabad.
No, definitely. We'll be planning it in most major cities, and even not major cities also, other cities also that are not major also. So we'll definitely plan that. We'll do it soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any doubts in this tool? Otherwise, we'll move to the next tool, and we need to move to Gautam Chandji, and he's waiting for positional. So he had been requesting since many days. So I need to go there. So let us go to the next tool then. If there is any doubt, we can come back to this again. So yeah, voice sites beta, somebody wanted to discuss something. I don't know what. Yeah, who had doubt about this? Somebody.
Sir, can you open Bata India?
Bata. Okay, 1 minute. Bata India. Yeah.
So see here, I want to know about all the 4 columns. Left side,
All these 4 charts, right?
Yeah, 4 charts.
Okay. Yeah. See, first thing, this upper part is open interest, and lower part is open interest change, OI change.
Okay.
And this is for all strikes, total.
Okay.
So this total is going to tell you, this dark part is going to tell you when compared to yesterday's closing open interest, what has happened to the open interest. So it shows that it has increased. And from morning,
from the black part.
Yeah, 1 minute. From morning, it went from here to here, max at some point. And then from here, it fell back to over here.
Okay, understood.
This is the call side, put side, same. It has increased until here and then fell back here. So generally where the unwinding is more. So this is unwinding. Okay. This is build up, went until here, and then unwinding happened here.
Okay.
Same build up, unwinding. So unwinding is more on the call side. It means, so it is overall bullish. Okay. Same for bearish. Bearish actually here, it's actually, in this case, what has happened is here, it opened over here, it went until here, and then it actually proper unwinding has happened compared to yesterday.
So this is bullish.
This is very bullish. So here, what it says is open increased here, and only some little bit of unwinding happened. But here, what happened is for the day, it actually positive buildup happened. And then actual unwinding, big unwinding compared to yesterday happened. So this is a lot more bullish actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah. So, and this is for.
Sir, is there any?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Is there any way to filter the stocks based on the PCA? of OI change in POD basis?
Not at the moment, because we may have to give it in OI scan.
Sir, can you go to Apollo Hospital, sir, in this option checks? Apollo Hospital.
Which one? Sorry, Apollo Hospital. Okay, just 1 minute. I'll just answer the question I was answering. So here, yeah, the filtering based on PCR or OI change may not be, currently is not possible. We may have to add it to OI scan, but OI scan, we are waiting for a few things because we don't want to change this because there is a major issue in it, so which adds to the load and all that. Server issues will be there, so we are not changing this. We'll try and provide the filtering somewhere. So at the moment it is not there. So we'll try.
And sir, in OI scan in the future, sir, how much percentage of OI change we need to consider? Like 5%, 4%? On intraday basis, now I use that OI filter to filter the stock based on the OI change percentage wise. How much percentage is feasible to change?
This is, you're talking about OI scan, right? Filtering?
Yeah, OI scan. Yes, sir. Future one,
yeah,
OI
3 to 5% OI change.
On intraday basis, no, sir?
Sorry, three.
On intraday basis, no?
Yeah, intraday. Yes, intraday or yeah. No, I'm talking about the for the whole day actually. For the whole day,
POD.
how much it has changed?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Apollo Hospital. Somebody was asking what was.
Yeah, myself, sir. Sir, see the below chart, the lower chart. There are many empty boxes, green and here, sir. This side, right side.
This side, yeah.
Yeah.
So all these are unwinding. I mean, build up had happened, but unwinding has happened.
In the day or this is EOD or intraday?
This is intraday. This is talking about intraday. So compared to yesterday. So basically, during the day, this has happened.
But during the day, there was a build up and
then unwinding happened. Yeah.
Okay. In this green is in put. So put unwinding means this is bullish.
Put unwinding is actually bearish, but if you see for all strikes, actually call unwinding is more over here.
Okay.
So call unwinding is more, so it is basically still bullish. But this is a little bit unclear. It looks like it is bullish, but then put side unwinding also happened in a significant way. And if you see the build up on the call side is more, but yeah, but for stocks, the build up on call side is common because a lot of call side shorting takes place because people short calls against the stocks they are holding. So we cannot read too much into that. So as of intraday, it still looks to be bullish as of now. Yeah.
And you are about to update the IB's queue. Is it complete, sir?
Yeah, it is. We have done it. We are in the process of testing it. So we'll try and release it. We'll add it to beta maybe in the coming week. Most likely.
And after adding, you can have a class.
Yes. Yeah, we'll definitely explain it. Yes.
श्रीकांत सर, इसमें हम लोग बात कर रहे थे सर कि we'll give the possibility or options to last 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 or 1 hour, similar way. So we have a war. हाँ सर, अब समझ गए सर, अब आप explain.
ये जो we are इसमें ऐड कर रहे हैं हम लोग, जो टाइम वाला बार, जो लास्ट आप जो भी टाइम चाहिए वो टाइम में जाके कितना बिल्डअप हुआ है, अनवाइंडिंग हुआ है, वो देख सकते हैं. सो और लास्ट 15 मिनट्स, लास्ट 30 मिनट्स, 60 मिनट्स जो भी है, सो उसका टेस्टिंग चल रहा है. उसमें थोड़े इश्यूज थे तो हम लोग रिलीज नहीं कर पाए. वो एक बार होते ही वो ऐड कर देंगे, इसमें एनेबल हो जाएगा. इसमें
सर इसमें रेंज शिफ्ट मालूम कर सकते हैं क्या? सॉरी, रेंज शिफ्ट. रेंज शिफ्ट तो इसमें तो रेंज शिफ्ट मतलब समझा नहीं मैं. कोई हाईएस्ट पुट या नो, वो तो नहीं सर. वो वैसे शिफ्टिंग टू द लोअर प्राइस. There is no way. There was someone else who was asking this. I could not. I mean, you'll have to do it manually only. How to do it manually?
You have to look at previous day. What was the max OI strike? You take check today max OI strike. Only then you can know if it is a different strike. Then the shift has happened.
So how can I see the yesterday's max is
Historical. You click on
Okay.
historical.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, historical, and then select whatever date you want over here.
okay.
So and then yeah. So say suppose you want to check 19th, and you'll see 19th over here. So this is 19th.
Yeah. So where is the highest?
You'll have to see this. I think instead of looking at it in the OI stats, you can actually go and take a look at it in the option chain. It'll be better.
Okay.
That'll be better. Over
Okay.
here, you'll have to manually check which is the highest and all that. So this is the highest over here.
Okay. Okay.
So you have to check that and do it. So in option chain, it is very easy.
How, sir? Can you show, sir, the option chain?
Yeah. Okay.
And Srikanji, one follow-up question on that. What is how to use that range shift?
Sorry, what is?
I mean, a follow-up question on this range shift. How to use it basically? For example, if we see on previous day maximum OI is at 1700.
No, you have to see and which direction it is going. So it tells you that that people have moved their positions to that side. So suppose now, for example, over here, the max OI is over here.
Yes,
17.7. So next day you see it going somewhere over here. So it means that people have shifted over here. So it is bearish. So basically, that is what this just indicates.
Okay.
It's just that. Yeah.
Sir, is there any way to filter stock based on the IV, unusual IV, that IV percentile thing?
Yeah, IVR, IVP scan, you can go and check. You check here, you can filter.
And for options, is there a tool so that we can filter based on unusual volume in a particular strike of a stock option?
No. That is a big thing we need to work on, because what happens is the data is so huge. So we are trying to build that tool, but it is very slow. So we can't give it to, there are thousands of people using it. So it is slowing down. So we have not released it. So we are trying to see how to best give it. So because it will filter on the whole millions and millions of rows of data. So that is a little bit slow. We are trying to speed it up. We are trying different things. So, but we'll give it at a certain point. So we are always working in the background on that kind of stuff.
Just on this thing, nothing related to what the tools are offering, but what is the underlying data model or the database which you are using for this one, which is, giving you this sort of a pain?
That is best not discussed over here. So it's, if you can connect with me, we can discuss in detail.
Yeah,
not relevant.
Yeah, I have certain ideas, because I'm working as a Google Cloud architect, and so yeah.
So definitely get in touch with me. So I'll be interested to. We'll discuss more. Definitely.
Yeah, and I just joined. Last time you also asked me if I would like to use, give some ideas on how I am using.
Sure.
Okay. So how can I see the yesterday's highest?
Yeah, Apollo Hospital, right? Your question was about
any.
Okay. Yeah. So this is for 21st today. So you click on historical.
Okay.
And it'll automatically go to the previous day.
Okay.
So then you need to see now where OI, where is the max OI. So this dark will tell you that it is the max OI 4400. 4400. Then just come back to latest, which will give you the latest days. So currently it is still here. So if range shifts, then you will see that this will go to 4350 or 434. So you'll know this.
Fine.
Yeah.
Srikanth, sir, one basic question, sir. In this new option chain, you said whatever the below summary data we have, that is based on how much strike price we have, sir. How much strike we have. What is this upper right corner, sir? These are also based on that strike or cumulative, sir?
Which one? These?
Yeah, these.
No, these are overall. These are overall. Yeah.
Okay. So PCR is 0.71.
Yeah, PCR is overall. Yeah. So if you click on all strikes, you will get the same PCR over here.
But below value will get changed.
Yeah. So this is for all strikes overall.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
Sir, good evening. This is Vimal Mehta.
Yes, sir.
मुझे ये पूछना था सर कि जो ओवाई स्टेट्स है इसमें जो अपने ओवाई दिखा रहे हैं वो फ्यूचर के हिसाब से है या कैश के हिसाब?
कौन सा ओआई?
ओवाई स्टेट्स में, हाँ।
ओआई नहीं, पूरा ये फ्यूचर्स का ही होता है ना। वो कैश का ओपन इंटरेस्ट कहाँ होता है? कुछ ओपन इंटरेस्ट जो होता है फ्यूचर्स ऑप्शंस का, फ्यूचर्स और ऑप्शंस का ही होता है। तो ये जो ओआई स्टेट जो देख रहे हैं पूरा ऑप्शंस का डेटा है ये पूरा।
ओके। और सर जो उसमें टॉप में जो पीसीआर दिख रहा है वो चेंजिंग ओपन इंटरेस्ट का रहेगा या ओवरऑल ओपन इंटरेस्ट का?
ओवरऑल ये ऑल स्ट्राइक्स का है।
ऑल स्ट्राइक्स नहीं, इसमें जो टोटल ओपन इंटरेस्ट है और चेंजिंग तो ओपन इंटरेस्ट है।
ओआई चेंज नहीं, ओआई चेंज का नहीं है ये तो, ओआई का है, ओपन इंटरेस्ट का है। ओआई चेंज का नहीं है। राइट,
ओके, थैंक यू।
ओके, okay, let us go to positional. There are people waiting for positional stuff. Any questions you have finally with this option Y stats or option chain?
Nothing, sir.
Okay.
Clear. All clear.
Okay.
Sir, what's the value tab up there on the Y change or Y stats?
Value tab.
Yeah.
All this data that you are looking at isn't. When lots is selected, it's in terms of lots, number of lots. So if you click on quantity, it is quantity, and value will be the quantity into the LTP. So it is a value of whatever options are there, open interest is there.
We are getting how much money is at stake, no?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So is it using LTP or is it like the settlement price which you do after, let's say, EOD, this thing? Is there any difference
it'll be now since EOD data is updated, it will be settlement price.
Okay.
The NSE, whatever it is, it gives.
But during the day it is LTP, right?
Yes, during the day it is LTP.
And for just FYI, I'm using this one. Value is more valuable, I think.
Absolutely.
Value definitely gives a different picture. So it can be useful many times.
So I particularly use this, and this was the I mean, when during the March end, Shrikant, the example which I shared, I typically wrote it on Twitter that I am expecting Bank Nifty when it was everybody was bearish. I said that we are heading towards 41,800 or so. So that's something which I basically use this OI stats, and I use this heavily, like even the older version of this. So if you like, I mean, just if you give you the reference, if you go to the historical this thing, and see like towards the March end, what was the build up into the for Nifty or Bank Nifty, both basically. Any of those example, if you see.
Okay. For which expiry? March 29?
No. The date would be March, but the expiry would be first week of April.
Okay. And which date do you want me to go?
So what I noticed, let's say for the one which I noticed was on, if you see on 20th of March, the expiry would be 6th of April, and check this Nifty data.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So if you see, like when Nifty was at that day was around 17,000 or so, and then like 16,800 or so, it made a base. People were heavily shorting. Look at the if you look at the lots, it won't give you the picture.
Okay.
So I mean, from bars it gives picture that yes, people are shorting probably straddle, but from the value point of view, if you look at when people are shorting deep ITM up to 17,800 or so, even if you look at the same thing in the Bank Nifty, like people are anticipating, and then more so during the first week of April, we were having this some sort of event, RBI event was there. So people knew that, during this thing RBI. So look at this value now.
So basically in ITM options, LTP is more, so value should be more, irrespective of the number of the lots.
Yeah. I mean, see, the people are risking their money in the ITM, okay, at that day.
Very true. Yes.
Like when the market is bearish and they are shorting this thing.
Yes.
Some of the recent examples which I have, like sort of posted on Twitter, like when, like for M&M Fin, I posted that it will go when it was around 250 or so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
use the
your
same-
post
yeah.
about this. Yes.
For the stocks
I
also,
remember
it
about
was
this. Nifty, I
not-
think.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I know your Twitter handle, sir?
Yeah, you can go ahead and tell give your Twitter handle. It'll be useful.
Yeah, I'll actually post that particular Twitter link only, which I in this chat maybe.
Yeah, you can post it in the chat to everyone and get it. Okay, I'll move in the meantime. I'll move to positional. Okay.
So this time first, please explain something about future hedge also. How to hedge future with the option.
Okay, sure. We'll do that. Yeah.
Thank
you. Okay. We are talking about positional. Okay. Now, one idea here is, as this has been discussed before also, if you feel that market is bullish right now, then you can focus on the 5-day buildup of this is Daywise price and voice summary. So this gives you a summary of all the symbols and the buildup that is happening. So this is 5-day buildup column. This is a single day buildup, current day buildup column. So 5-day buildup, you can see which ones are in long buildup. And then, as I said, you can look at which are in long buildup for the current day, or even long unwinding also is fine, because this could be a small pullback. So even short buildup also you can check. You can drill down here and see then what exactly is happening to the 5-day buildup or the last few days buildup over here. So, but this is the main thing. I mean, what you can do is, based on your view of the market, so then you can go in that direction. You can filter based on 5-day buildup in that direction, and then you can drill down and see what is happening. So let us take this. See this 5-day buildup. So it says that for the last 5 days, it is in long buildup. Average 5-day price change versus and 5-day OI change. So combined 5-day is bullish, but current day is long unwinding. So if you click here, this is what it says. It says that the last few days has been bullish. That is what the 5-day in the summary was indicating. So now this, once you get this, once you identify such scripts, then you can go to your charts and then see what kind of support resistances you have. And then based on that, you can probably take a position.
Can you add
this is like a build-up cycle, no, for future stuff. Long build-up, long unwinding, short covering, long build-up, long unwinding. No, sir.
Yeah, this is for future. Yeah, current day futures only. This is for each day. For that day, what was whether it was long unwinding or long build-up, and this is average for the last 5 days.
Oh. So in the last 5 days, there is average long build-up, and on day-wise basis. Okay, sir.
Yeah, basically it is computed like this: 5 days price change. So last 5 days here, price change, what has happened? That, and then OI change, what has happened? So it is shown over here. 5-day price change is this, 5-day OI change is this. Since 5 days price change is positive and OI change is positive, it is long buildup. It is like that. And this particular thing is based on current day's price change and OI change. So this, it says price change is negative, OI change is negative, so long unwinding. So it's that.
Even if we get short build-up, but 5 days average is long build-up, we have to go long only, no?
Yeah. I'm suggesting that you can look at longs only, because this, if you see, it is clearly, it is bullish. If you see last few days, if it is bullish, then you can definitely, here, if it is long unwinding, even if it is short buildup, you can definitely at least go and take a look, because short buildup or long unwinding. It just may be a pullback within ongoing uptrend. So you can go to the charts and then decide what it is. I mean, say, let us check the chart also.
So here, this table I want to show something.
Hello, sorry.
Previous table में कुछ गलत है.
Just a minute. Just a minute. 8 minutes. Okay, this is what it says basically. It's saying that recently it has been bullish and currently it's long unwinding. So this is just a pullback. So last few days it has been bullish. That is what this is indicating. So now once you come here, then now you'll have to decide if whether you want to take position or not. Basically, you based on what you want to take position, where your stop loss is going to be from nearest supports. Basically, your stop loss can be. At the same time, you can also go to your
Sir, how do you create this chart?
1 minute, I'll tell you. Just a minute. Now you can also go and take a look and see where your supports are. These are your supports.
Wrong script selected, sir.
Sorry.
It's Apollo Hospital, sir.
Where? I'm looking at here. Oh, okay. That is what. Okay. Polo tire. Okay. Yeah, this is this is more better. Now that is what I was wondering, why it was not looking that bullish. Okay, now here, once you come here, it is clear. Now you can see where you want to get in and what your stop losses are going to be. Now the main thing, you can also monitor this. You can see where your max OI and OI change strikes are. Here, 335 is the lowest where your max OI strike is. So here you can see here itself is the max OI strike. So now this becomes very important. Your stop loss has to be pretty close to this, because it starts going down from here, then probably unwinding is going to start, because this is the max over here. So once it starts going down, all these positions will be at risk, and then you can see if this starts to shift down, or even OI change, this OI change will probably indicate first. Immediately, if price goes down over here, then this will probably shift very quickly, OI change. So you'll see it on the next day itself. So then keep an eye on this also. And if you want to go long, then probably this, I mean, you should have been long much before this, because if you see, this has been happening since quite a long time actually. So you should have been getting into a long over here at this point is a little bit late. I would say somewhere over here you should have gone long. So it would have been a little bit better. But this is the basic idea. This is the basic idea. The longs probably.
Sir, is there a way we can filter the stocks based on the build-up, like a cycle, like long build-up, long unwinding, then again long build-up, then again long unwinding, then long unwinding, like this? Is there a way to filter the stocks based on a specific time period of the cycle, like long build-up, short, long unwinding kind of thing?
No, currently it's not there. I mean, basically, this is the only way. These are the only two things that are there.
So is this is the same thing, like not exactly same thing, but I think in one of the earlier session, I sort of discussed this thing that for example, this particular script which we are seeing, okay, the turnaround in this came from the signal which changed from the long unwinding on 29th of March. Okay, then there was a short covering. So generally there will be a signal change which is coming first.
Correct.
Right. So if we can, somehow identify this, because people taking, let's say, the first signal of the long build-up came on 329 when the price was on 10th of April, like in the 5-day long build-up. So the actual up move from 313 to 329, that is around, quite a big move already, which has happened. Like the smart money entered there. So I think that is where, if we are able to, some sort of identify, or get a better signal maybe, then that will be really
this can be used on positional basis. We can write the trend on using this.
Exactly. So see, where people are entering at a value, buying zone, or sort of, when like now, for example, now the long buildup is there, but as we are seeing in the option chain, like the 335 is having the max Y, and also this being the last expiry series, last week of expiry. So my anticipation is like, maybe previous, like a lot of trapping may happen, but over there, what I one of the topic also which I discussed earlier, like how we can find out the options rollover. So if just for an example, if you go to the Infi option chain, once I was just noticing something, and then I'll try to explain. Not the future, but in option chain in Infosys. Yeah. So because like Infosys, opened that 10% gap down, so a lot of traps, people have got trapped. So if we try to find out, I was looking at certain, data set. For example, if you see on the last day, on Friday, all the strikes have major unwinding, no fresh addition into the April series. So major unwinding. People have basically unwinded everything. Now, if you see this on a particular strike, let's say, I think this is a different view. I was looking into, so maybe in the option chain beta, maybe. So
no, this is like option chain beta actually. This did you see it here? This is the old
one. Yeah. So the thing which I was noticing on Friday evening when I was analyzing, like the value, on the put side, which was unwinded. Okay, and that has got recently shifted to the next month's, the similar value has shifted to the May series onto the higher side. So what I anticipate that the people who have, basically, let's say the premium of 13, 14 or 15 rupees, they have basically got the same premium on the higher side because it is oversold. So they may, try to roll over that particular price over there, and that's sort of something people are probably doing.
Okay.
So if you compare this Infi's 27th April expiry and the May expiry, you will get to know something.
Okay.
If you go to the May, see similar sort of value. The 6 crore OI has been added to the 1300 put side. If I'm reading it right. And similar sort of value got unwinded onto the April, I think 1240 or so.
Same.
That is still there, but they are unwinding basically now. So this is again a rollover thing which, gives a signal with respect to the in comparison to the, if we compare to the future, this signal change as well.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
And how to use the support and the resistance, sir? Support resistance scan.
Yeah, support resistance is. Well, somebody had asked about this chart. This is charts, FNO charts trading. These are our trading view charts. You can go there and kindly unmute this. Where it is, please unmute. Sorry, mute. Please mute yourself. Yeah, support resistance is basically just, it shows you if you have support and clicked over here, it shows you where the max Y is and where how far this particular script is from this max Y, where it is trading from this max Y. So basically for example, Hero Motors, it's 2457. It is very close to the strike max Y put strike. Support means for support we are showing put strike. So it is very close to the put strike. So it means that there could be support over here. It just means there could be support over here. So this is for getting ideas. Basically, once you get this and you're looking for, say, market is bullish and you want to get into stocks that are bullish. So now you click support here and then go to the center of this report over here, where this shows you the plus or minus closest to 0. It means that it is very close to the max OI strike.
Distance.
Yeah, max OI strike. So less distance from the max OI strike.
If there is unwinding there, then
call side, I mean, if it is call side unwinding, then it is bullish. But the main idea is to, over here, it's to look at, find stocks which are close to their supports. That is the main idea. From then on, then you need to analyze everything else on the chart and see if you want to take position or not. So that's the idea. The idea here is to identify stocks that are close to your support strike.
Support and resistance.
Support and resistance. For resistance, you'll go to resistance where it'll be close to call strike, not put strike. This will be call strike actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daywise OI.
Sorry, Daywise?
इसमें सर नेट OI कर सकते हैं.
समझा नहीं क्या? Sorry.
इसमें OI और OI चेंज परसेंटेज है.
हाँ.
उसमें एक कॉलम नेट OI चेंज है.
नेट OI चेंज, नेट नहीं, ये तो फ्यूचर्स का हुआ है. इसमें नेट OI चेंज मतलब समझा नहीं.
हाँ, फ्यूचर्स का ही देखना. मतलब ये नेट कितना चेंज हो रहा है, वो हमने इसको कॉलम ऐड कर दो तो अच्छा होगा.
नेट मतलब समझा नहीं मैं. नेट
मतलब प्रीवियस टू टुडे.
प्रीवियस टू टुडे. अच्छा ये नंबर चाहिए, परसेंटेज की जगह नंबर चाहिए.
नंबर भी चाहिए.
हाँ ठीक है. हाँ ये ठीक है, ऐड करवा देंगे इसमें. ऐड करवा देंगे.
तो क्या होता है, मुझे मैन्युअल जो बना रहा हूँ वो नहीं बना पड़ता.
हाँ ठीक है सर. ओके.
And so one more feature that can be added, so on EOD basis, that data which came, that how much calls and puts FIIs are holding. So can we get that in a tabular form? Because in beta, I see that data in a graphical form only.
I've already told that to my team, so we are going to work on that. Yeah, we'll be adding the tabular form also. Both options and futures, everything we are adding tabular form.
And Shrikantji, can you please go to this option OI stats beta? I have a question on APP, if you can please.
Okay, can we'll just finish this positional stuff and then we can go there. Sure. Just remind me later once again if I forget. Sure. Yeah. Okay, so positional, this is what I wanted to discuss. Mute कर लीजिए सर. Question हो तो
चलाया, कंप्यूटर चला के देखो.
Kindly mute please. Hello. 1 minute. Let me mute. Where it is. Okay. Yeah, muted. Okay. So the positional, the idea is basically whichever, whatever your view is, try to filter stocks based on the 5-day buildup, and then go and drill down into it, and then look at the details of that. Say, suppose we were looking at Apollo Tyre. Then look at this, drill down, and then see if you want to go into the charts. If you see a decent buildup happening on the 5-day side, and then you can go to the charts and see if you want to get into it and where your stops should be and all that for stops. And just keep an eye on the option chain also when you do that, and look at the strikes where the max OI is. So basically, once it drops below that, you'll have to start watching it closely. So here at the moment, as I said, it is already over here. So as the few others were pointing out, the move is probably over in this. So you need to catch this much earlier. So if you had caught it somewhere over here or even over here, so it would have been, at least some move would have been there. But at the moment, since it has already reached over here, so probably there may not be much of an opportunity over here. Or I mean, of course, we can get another breakout, maybe, no idea. But then you need a stop very close over here, because we are already at the max OI strike. So from there, there can be a reversal possible.
Yes, so with the same information, I captured actually good move with Asian Paints, 3 days to.
But it could be possible short covering.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So any questions about this? So I'll close this. Yeah, we'll quickly go to OI stats. Who had the question? Anything?
Yeah, yes, sir. So if you open the ABB stock,
yeah,
and then on the values, here also, if you see the P side, interest is a lot on the ITM side, so which may indicate it might go up, right? As we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
On the top right.
Yes. OI. Yeah. A lot of it is on in the money side. Yes, correct. Possibility is there. Correct.
Possibility. Okay.
Yeah.
But we have to merge it with the chart reading also, right?
Obviously. Just take a look at everything, Daywise and all that. What all we discussed probably based on that. Probably this could be your target kind of thing. So
yes,
based on that, you'll have to plan everything.
Okay. Understood.
So ABB, right? So let me quickly, ABB.
And the other aspect is, ABB is something which has already moved a lot. So it may be something.
Okay, that is
the
another
people
factor.
are not trapped. So if you see that ABB has been, like almost the ITM strike that if you see in the spot chart, I think, people have, been making this, and it was one of the hottest stock talked in, I think, Twitter family for like a couple of weeks. And then a lot of trapping, I think, would have happened. So that may also be the case. Again, like what you're mentioning, like it has to be combined with a chart reading.
Yeah. Yes.
So is there any way we can add AVWAP if the option is above AVWAP or not on the option chain table?
No, for that, what we have to do is we'll have to first start computing VWAP outside in our database. So that is not there because VWAP will be there because that comes through the feed. But then we'll have to compute AVWAP. Now AVWAP, if we have to compute, then compute from which date. So all that kind
from
of
the
stuff.
Start of the option
series
can be from the start of the series.
I have one suggestion, and this was something which I pinged. If you go to any chart, let's say option chart, and then this is very what he's asking is the same thing, but I'm asking, a bit lesser than this. So if you apply AVWAP on any chart, instead of applying any date, let's say what date you want to see, and then probably let's say pick up 43,000 or 42,000 P for the April series, and how this move, which April series P. And in the AVWAP, the start date, if you just give year 2020, simple.
Oh, from the start of series. So basically from the start, you mean?
Basically any random old date, because it will automatically compute. So the idea is like you do the computation on such a historic date that the contract, automatically will take care.
For us, it's not a problem. I mean, for us, it is simple because we will know the start of series or the first data point we know already. So in the database. So we can compute.
But I'm saying of course. I mean, even if you want to keep the logic simple on your charts, like from database point of view, yes, you have. So in this thing, you can just simply put a very historic old date. It will automatically give you. Now, look at this particular candle on 31st of March.
31st of March.
Yeah. Basically, yes. So this was the point where people, got excited, and since then, from almost 1200, it has come down to 200. So we
probably it will go to 0.
The kind whoever is not speaking, please mute. Please mute.
So my like instead of having, let's say, even to start with, let's say maybe not to have AVWAP for all the option, but for this significantly liquid options, okay, or maybe significant strike, like for example in Nifty, Bank Nifty, these 42,000, 41,000. If we are able to have a AVWAP, the options which are breaking out or breaking down of AVWAP, that can give a very significant directional idea where things are going to move in coming days.
Okay. Okay.
And same in stocks.
Okay. We'll plan something on this.
So if you see the Infosys 14,000 C and P just before the expiry day, okay, the put was 14,000 because Infosys was at around that time, that day. The put sellers
100 is it?
1,000. Yeah.
Infi 1400 P.
Yeah. So this was, I think, on the result day. Okay. This basically broke out and it continuously sustained. And next day, no. Obviously, nobody can say that it will open 10% gap down. But the sellers of this was a significant OI strike. With respect to AVWAP, the sellers was clearly in pain, while the C was, sort of breaking down out of the AVWAP on the same day. So it was giving an indication where the move might come. So, for example, same thing. Even if somebody wanted to, let's say, short the short straddle on 14,000 on that day, to take it as a, let's say, next day wall crash, or somebody wanted, that was a risky position. But that was not the case, I think, in HCL I recently noticed. So HCL sort of remained in range and next day. So it gives a hint if we are able to have this idea from the options.
Yeah, basically we use the same methods of trading.
I use it, but like the point is again to go through the charts, manually, it is a bit painful.
We'll plan something on these lines. So let me see, because we just need to compute this.
One more.
But this one has already happened, right? I mean, E has been moved quite a lot directly after AVWAP, right?
Then if we could place some alerts if the option is crossing VWAP or something, like for alert, like on the option chain, it can be highlighted, or we can get some alerts. Is it possible, or in near future, to add this feature also?
We'll see alerts in kind of on the web page itself.
Option,
we may be able to do it. Yes. Yeah.
So what is the logic of anchoring at a very last date?
It is basically from start of the series. So because it means something, because what will happen is this will keep close to the price, or basically rather this is going to be the support or resistance basically. So that's the reason why you anchor it to the start of the series. So if it is going in one direction, then it is supposed to provide support or provide resistance based on where it is. So that's the idea for this. Generally, if you are doing it for the short term, you either anchor it from the high and low points. So you add two AVWAPs and anchor it at the lower extreme and higher extreme. So they'll act as support and resistance or whatever. So
the start of the series on the first day, Friday, but it has been anchored some 2-3 months back. No?
Yeah, start of the trading of this particular option, basically, not at the start of the series. So because this option started trading over here in February, actually. That's the idea.
Okay.
This will again mean much only for very liquid option. That's the reason why it was more clear for Bank Nifty or something like that. And in this particular case, the gap was so huge that it may not have carried much meaning. But I think for liquid scripts and where there has not been a significant gap or something, it does carry a lot of meaning. So one will just have to experiment.
Yeah. I mean, at least for index, if we have this now, then that is really going to be, a game changer, probably, in my opinion, to find out the directional view.
Sure.
Okay. On the specifically, if we are having some if you like, for example, we are already getting a view of the ITM, this option.
Yeah.
And
yes.
if we are also able to get the view on the significant OI strikes on the ITM or ATM side with respect to AV web, then that can be a
Yes.
game changer, I would say.
Okay, sure. We have noted this. So
Because
we'll
I
do
have
something
not
about it.
seen this AV web analysis anywhere. Like other
Yes, yes.
things are all, like there on many other platforms.
Very true. Yes. Okay. Fine. Fine. Okay. So anything about positional? Any other thing?
So can we determine our targets also using the data? Is it possible any method to use the data to define the stock will go this much upside or downside? Positional basis?
No, I really don't know about that. So I may not be able to, because it depends on the strategy. So what kind of strategy it is and what kind of targets these are.
We can trail our stop losses on the direction. No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So who had questions about positional, anything else you want? Anything about option strategies, positional option strategies or something?
Yes, sir. Sir, in selling the options, so can we sell? Can we buy next expiry and sell the ongoing expiry to get the most theta decay? Because the near expiry theta will be more, no? And on the far expiry theta will be less. So can we use these two options to hedge our position? Is it possible?
Yeah, it's called as, that would be the calendar or the diagonal trade. So you can definitely do that, but the whole analysis is going to be a little bit different for that, because it's called a long Vega trade. So because volatility is higher in the next series compared to the current series, so it could take advantage of the volatility, especially now that the volatilities are very less. So IVR, IVP is very less. So those kind of trades would really benefit if the volatility shoots up. So that is one, but at the moment, of course, there is also, it has to be balanced. That Vega, positive Vega feature of that trade has to be balanced with, if there is a huge delta move in the current expiry, then that would actually override that. So so that kind of, the analysis itself is going to be very different for that kind of trade. But yeah, the idea is fine. When you can do that in general, if you are hedging the current expiry option with a next expiry option of either of same strike or a different strike. So it like be a calendar or a diagonal. You can do that. You can do that. But you need to have that. Everything, whatever you do, has to be part of a very thought out strategy, and with whatever adjustments you have to decide everything beforehand. So it can't be, you can't do it like randomly. You just don't take a trade and then you just think that we'll see what will happen, and based on that we'll make adjustments. Decide everything beforehand. What you're going to do if market opens, say starts going up, say increases, goes up by 1%, then what is going to happen? Goes down by 1%. What is? So have everything prepared, and then it's fine.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
Jikanji, in pool, when I close a leg, then it should be leg-wise time step is required.
Timestamp is required. Yeah. That yes, I agree. That also we are adding now. We are not changing anything in the portfolio tracker now, but we'll be in the new one. We'll be tracking that.
And individual leg-wise, it is given a Greeks, which is not that much is required. Individual leg-wise Greeks, because we need a strategy Greeks.
Yeah, so you can disable. You can disable.
That can be hide also. But here in leg-wise जो Greeks दिया है ना, उसकी जगह time चाहिए.
हाँ ठीक है,
So it will be very helpful.
या ये हाइड ग्रीक्स कर दो, और टाइम स्टैम्प तो ठीक है, टाइम स्टैम्प इसमें ऐड करेंगे डेफिनेटली, टाइम स्टैम्प ऐड करना है, लेकिन ये तो अभी ये पूरा चेंज हो जाएगा तो ये रहेगा ही नहीं, तो लेकिन उसमें नए वाले में डेफिनेटली टाइम स्टैम्प ऐड करेंगे उसमें। अभी
Because
इसमें
I
तो
am doing only strategies.
सॉरी,
I am doing only strategy.
ओके ओके, श्योर श्योर, ठीक है सर। इसमें वो इसमें अभी इसमें तो चेंजेस कुछ नहीं कर रहे हैं हम लोग, तो वो नया वाला जो है जो आएगा उसमें वो ऐड कर देंगे वो डेफिनेटली।
थोड़ा दिखा सकते हो सर, तो कुछ हम सजेशन हो तो दे सके।
नहीं, अभी वो यहाँ पे अवेलेबल हमारे इंटरनल सर्वर पे है, तो यहाँ पे वो दिखेगा नहीं, तो दिखा नहीं पाऊंगा, शायद नेक्स्ट वेबिनार में कोशिश करता हूँ मैं।
सर इसमें एक चीज
तो सर वो कब तक आएगा, मतलब 2 महीना लग जाएगा?
शायद 1.5 मंथ तो लगेगा, लेकिन उसके पहले देखते हैं, उसके पहले कुछ स्क्रीनशॉट्स तो बताता हूँ, या फिर मैं कुछ बीटा में थोड़ा बहुत ऐड करने की कोशिश करते हैं, उसके पहले देखता हूँ।
सर इज देयर एनी पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ हैविंग एनी ब्रोकर इंटीग्रेशन इन दैट? मतलब वो पोजीशंस को अपडेट करना और ट्रैक करना थोड़ा सा मतलब ये होता है, और इफ वी कैन गेट maybe I don't know if we can upload some files maybe from broker terminal, if we download let's say our order summary and upload it here, फिर उसको grouping कर सकते हैं, something of that sort of input
Okay,
we will track.
okay, I'll think
Because for
about,
large positions क्या होता है ना कि वो
correct.
multiple positions होती है, तो उसको track करने जाते हैं, तब तक market move हो जाता है, तो थोड़ा सा समझ नहीं आता है फिर।
Correct. ठीक है, we'll do something definitely on that. Yeah.
Even if we get let's say some sort of upload feature, maybe वहाँ से फिर grouping कर दें, मतलब different templates में अपने कौन से किस में move करना है।
Fine. Okay. Sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? We have 10 minutes more.
Sir, can you explain about something about future hedge? How to hedge future position using options? Yeah.
Okay. See, I mean, it's see, one way you can do is you can, it has to be part of your whole strategy setup. One way is to, based on, say, suppose you're long of futures, and then you get a sort of sideways signal. You need to track, have some kind of a signal, either that the market is going sideways or the market is going down. So then at that point, you either short a call against it, or you short 2 calls against it, because then that would be, say, futures is generally, not generally, it's definitely, it's 1 delta. So you short 2 at the money or 2 out of the money. So it's kind of a partial hedge. So you short 2 call options against it, or then you, the less preferable option is to you buy a put. So once you buy a put, then again, there is a theta decay and all that. So that's a bit of a problem. So shorting calls is probably better. So if you can, but then you have to, all this has to be as part of a strategy. So you need to know why you're doing it, and when you will completely exit the position or whatever. So suppose you have identified an uptrend in the future, and then you're following using futures, and then temporarily you have a few pullback, and then you just want to temporarily hedge, then you can short calls. And so I think that would be it. But buying a put is probably best to be avoided, because then the decay is going to be more, and then it all.
I also need the momentum for put against something.
Sorry.
Sir, if I buy put against my future long position, so there should be momentum also on the downside, the retracement part on the downside.
Yeah, exactly. No, the main idea, your idea is on the upside only, because if you have bought futures, so you'll not be, you'll be actually buying out of the money put, basically only to hedge. But then if it becomes an issue if you're doing this kind of trading, because see, futures buy and a put buy is actually basically a call buy basically. So it is better to buy a call then, basically, instead of having a put buy and a
futures buy. So then you have to decide, I mean, whether you're going to just do that, or then you want to just buy call instead. So I would say, instead of buying put, definitely shorting calls is better. So because, but you need to do that as part of your strategy. So you know where you are entering the short call and when you will exit. So some kind of a slight, kind of a mild sell, mildly bearish signal that you get. So because if you get a strong sell signal, then you are definitely out of the future itself. So you don't need to even hedge. So then basically you only have a mild sell, then you'll just short one or two calls. So that is what you'll do. But buying a put is definitely to avoid, because then lots of things can go wrong, because it goes sideways, then you lose in your put significantly. So then there is no point really. So that is the issue. You would have been better off buying a call or a call spread, basically. That would have been a lot better.
Okay.
So you are actually,
Sir,
do you buy futures actually? Buy and sell futures?
Yes, I do all the things. I sell call, I sell puts, I call. Basically, my main strategy works on spread, beer put spread and beer call spread. So that.
Okay. Oh, then that is.
Now I'm trying to shift to futures only.
Okay.
Trying futures.
Okay. Yeah. First thing to try is actually with then hedge is to short options only. So if you are short of futures, then you buy. You short puts. Or if you have bought a future, then you short calls to hedge. So that is probably, you can probably backtest your strategy with that only. So that will be better. So, but buying a put or buying a call, that would be probably the last method you should use.
Okay.
Okay.
सर एक माइनर सी मुझे डिफेक्ट दिख रहा था अपने फ्यूचर ओआईएस प्लान में, वो ठीक करा दीजिएगा सर.
फ्यूचर्स ओआई स्कैन,
हाँ अभी ये डेवलप हो रहा है ना, तो देखिए ओआई चेंज परसेंटेज इट्स शोइंग -10 -0.5, but just remove this huge combined OI selection.
Okay.
And then submit. Now see, OI change percentage is saying 7907.
It looks like our people have messed up. They added something and then messed up something else. I'll get this fixed by tomorrow itself.
और सर एक मैंने थोड़ा सजेशन किया था इंटेलिजेंस का सर, तो what I mean by intelligence, so go to the search tab and put it like IND in the search box in the symbol.
Yeah.
Until unless we are not entering, you just enter the key. Until unless we are not entering, it's not showing. So it's very, I think, will be very easy if we can implement similar put like that.
Okay, as you type, it should change. Basically, that is what you mean.
Every other application is doing like this.
Okay.
No need to press enter.
Okay.
And so these two things, sir.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a look.
And it's not taking any input, sir, when you are opening through mobile device, through browser. If you are opening on mobile device, no any single text box.
I think that issue is with iOS.
Okay.
So we have not able to fix that for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, it is with
I'm
iOS.
using
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Some cases it is happening. That to iOS also, in some cases it is happening, some cases not happening, because there is one device we have in office. With that it is happening, but one other developer device it is not happening. So we'll take a look. We'll see what.
Give some discounts and we'll purchase Android. Thank you.
Shrikant,
sure. Yeah.
On this future thing, we have the sector already onto this particular thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure whether it is there on the OI details one and the daily one as well.
Yeah, I think here it's missing, right? Yeah, it's missing.
And
you can get it added.
Yeah. I mean, instead, more than getting it added, if we can have some data analytics on it, like where, like the different sectors, basically we can get a sort of a sector rotation idea from the builder. So because you already have the data, which
Yeah.
sector is, showing more long build-up in, let's say, 5 days, or let's say last 15 days or 2 weeks, and what is showing, more weakness. So you can get some sort of a maybe, indication where the money is moving from which sector to which sector. Because the future OI buildup will give that indication already. So you already have the data. I think it's just about correlating it and then maybe showing it.
Yes, yes. Actually, we even have a couple of sector-based tools we have noted, and it is there in our list. We have just not been able to do it. But yeah, I'm noting it again and just reminding the team again. We'll do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So
every time in chart, in watch list, every time you have to add. So how can we fetch the all futures data for watch list?
Over here? Yeah.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Because it's a monthly contract for the stocks, for weekly stock, weekly for index.
हाँ.
तो यहाँ पे वॉच लिस्ट में हम कहाँ से स्ट्रेच करके ले सकते हैं डायरेक्ट, तो सारे फ्यूचर्स के स्टॉक आ जाए। ये मैन्युअली ऐड करना पड़ता है।
हाँ, ये अभी तो ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है, तो यहाँ देखते हैं कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या,
क्योंकि इसमें इंपोर्ट लिस्ट है, तो एनएससी का कोई लिस्ट होता होगा जहाँ से हम डायरेक्ट इंपोर्ट कर ले।
ठीक है, मैं देखता हूँ, ये देखना पड़ेगा हमको, कुछ ना कुछ कर सकते
लिस्ट कर लेंगे तो सारे स्टॉक एक साथ आ जाएंगे सेम एक्सपायरी पे।
प्रॉब्लम है क्योंकि वो इंपोर्ट लिस्ट जो एनएससी का है ना, वो आपको कैश का मिलेगा, और यहाँ पे फ्यूचर का ये है।
नहीं, फ्यूचर का भी होगा।
एक्चुअली we'll probably we can do this internally, क्योंकि हमारे पास सब सिंबल्स वगैरह सब तो होते हैं।
हाँ, but the symbols will change ना, I mean for every expiry.
Yeah, I mean they'll have to just do it manually. Like we'll give the option here, they'll clear list and just add it again for a particular expiry or whatever. So we can probably.
So every time you should not have to change.
Change तो करना पड़ेगा। See, change तभी आपको नहीं करना पड़ेगा जब हम लोग सिर्फ फ्यूचर्स के स्क्रिप्ट जो है कंटिन्यूअस फ्यूचर नहीं है। हाँ, वो कंटिन्यूअस ऐड होना है, अभी ऐड नहीं हुआ है, वो करेंगे।
तो इसमें इंपोर्ट कुछ मिल जाए ना तो इंपोर्ट कर ले।
सॉरी, इंपोर्ट
सर कैन
इंपोर्ट लिस्ट में जो है ना लिंक,
हाँ,
तो ये फाइल मिल जाए ना तो इंपोर्ट लिस्ट करते हैं तो ये अपने आप स्ट्रेच हो जाता है।
देखते हैं वो कैसा।
वो फाइल तो आप बना सकते हैं, मतलब जैसे एनएससी से अगर आप सीएसवी इसमें कॉमा डाल करके करेंगे ना, जैसे यहाँ पे भी आप ऊपर डालेंगे तो वो जैसे मैंने यहाँ आई चार्ट्स में नहीं, बट आई थिंक इन ट्रेडिंग व्यू प्लेटफॉर्म मैंने अपना ये करके रखा है। बट अगेन आई हैव नॉट डन इट फॉर फ्यूचर्स एज आई सेड, क्योंकि वहाँ पे वो कंटिन्यूअस वाला जो चीज है ना, बट कैश का तो हो जाता है। तो सेम फीचर शुड वर्क हियर, बट वो जो एनएससी का जो मतलब सिंबल नेम है वो ट्रेडिंग व्यू वाले उससे मैच करना चाहिए, मतलब वही है, otherwise it won't work.
Here it has to be our symbol basically. This
exactly. So हाँ, तो वो आपका सिंबल किस तरीके से है उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा वो।
ठीक है, एक बार पूछता हूँ मैं, क्या कर सकते हैं, कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या इसमें?
Sir, can Ankit ji explain that value strategy, sir?
Value? What is that? Sorry.
तो Ankit ji जो दिखा है ना?
Oh, अच्छा, he is asking sir, in beta OI stats, whatever we have, we are selecting lots, quantity and value.
Yeah.
So
वो अंकित जी का एक काम कीजिए, अंकित जी ने दिया होगा। Ankit, can you please post your link?
I posted those links.
Okay. Yeah.
In the chat.
He has posted the Twitter handle, sir.
Yeah.
But ये chart में कुछ explain करेंगे तो that will be very.
Sir, अभी it's already time तो हो गया है. We have already discussed. आपने वो
सिंपल सा रखते हैं,
इतना प्रो नहीं है उनके जितना प्रो नहीं है।
गौतम जी, सिंपल सा रखते हैं, लॉट्स क्वांटिटी, जितना ज्यादा पैसा रिस्क पे रहेगा वो सिग्निफिकेंट मीनिंग रखेगा।
हाँ, वो क्या कर रहे हैं? हाँ, उन्होंने क्या किया है कि नेक्स्ट वीक का देखा था, तो अभी ये जो है तो नेक्स्ट वीक का उन्होंने देखा था, और उसमें उन्होंने आइडेंटिफाई किया था कि कोई डीप इन द मनी कुछ एबनॉर्मल क्वांटिटी इनिशिएट हुआ था, तो वो उन्होंने आइडेंटिफाई किया था, तो वो आप देख सकते हैं। अगर एबनॉर्मल क्वांटिटी इंडिकेट किए अगर इनिशिएट हुआ है डीप इन द मनी, तो वो कुछ इंडिकेट कर रहा था, तो ऐसे
वो भी
बेसिकली नॉट ओनली फॉर द करंट सीरीज, आप मतलब नेक्स्ट वीकली एंड नेक्स्ट मंथली भी, जैसे इवन द मंथली विल गिव यू अ बेटर पिक्चर। फॉर एग्जांपल अभी अगर आप देखेंगे तो मई में अभी कुछ पोजीशन नहीं बन रहा होगा, बट विद दिस मंथली एक्सपायरी कमिंग अप देयर विल बी अ लॉट ऑफ, आई थिंक, मूवमेंट वो होगा। तो तब अगर आप देखेंगे, जैसे अभी अगर देखेंगे तो मतलब ये मतलब 24 करोड़ इज नॉट अ वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट नंबर, जैसे 19,050 पे दिख रहा है, ठीक है, बट इफ यू सी दैट 18,000 की स्ट्रेडल में अभी भी जैसे काफी मतलब ये है, सो अगर लेकिन नीचे में भी है ना अच्छा खासा है, तो अभी भी मतलब जैसे रेंज बाउंड वाला ही दिख रहा है, बट वो जब मार्च का जो जैसे था वो एक वन साइडेड डेटा था, मतलब डाउन साइड में और कोई पोजीशनिंग नहीं थी और अप साइड में पूरा पोजीशनिंग था, अगर आप वो देखेंगे जो एग्जांपल बताया था, तो दैट विल गिव यू एन आइडिया कि हाँ एक डायरेक्शनल मूव on the upside is probably coming. If you show that again, that example about 20 March का date और maybe April 1st का expiry, that will give him the idea what I was talking about.
तो जिसका रिजल्ट्स आने वाला है उसमें ज्यादा,
हाँ, रिजल्ट का थोड़ा अलग रहता है। जैसे ये देखिए यहाँ पे अब मतलब जब निफ्टी वाज एट अराउंड 17,000, ओके, बट आप देखिए कि यहाँ पे सिग्निफिकेंट जो पोजीशन बन रहा है, मतलब डाउन साइड में देयर इज नो पोजीशनिंग व्हिच इज बीइंग मेड, सो द पीपल आर शॉर्टिंग, मतलब 100-120 करोड़ का पोर्ट साइड में शॉर्टिंग है। सो दिस इज क्लियरली गिविंग ए बायस ऑन द लॉन्ग साइड, मतलब वो आया लॉन्ग, मतलब और 10 दिन बाद शुरू हुआ मूवमेंट, बट पोजीशनिंग वाज बीइंग मेड बिकॉज अगर आप देखेंगे तो वो 20th मार्च के अराउंड जो लो बना था, मतलब बेस वहीं पे बनता रहा फिर, मतलब अगर ऑप्शंस के चार्ट देखेंगे सेम टाइम पे जो ऑप्शंस ने वो जो हाई बनाया था, और मतलब उनसे शायद 100 पॉइंट ही पुट ऊपर गया होगा, मतलब क्योंकि वो उतना तो एसएल भी रहेगा ना उनका, सो दे नो कि हाउ टू मैनेज इट, दैट इज व्हाट आई थिंक द स्मार्ट मनी डज। तो अभी कोई ऐसा पोजीशन जैसे अगर आपको इनसिग्निफिकेंट और ऐसा दिखता है तो वो आपको एक डायरेक्शनल मतलब बायस दे सकता है, नथिंग एल्स। दैट इज अ वैल्यू एट रिस्क और वैल्यू पीसीआर, अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल say this thing, different terminology maybe, but ultimately money market है, तो पैसा कहाँ पे लग रहा है वो आइडेंटिफाई करना है, nothing else.
Very true.
राइट सर, थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
श्रीकांत सर, एक हमारा थोड़ा सा सजेशन था सर, इसमें ऑप्शन स्नैपशॉट में कैन यू मतलब कैन वी डू दिस थिंग्स और नॉट, इट्स फिजिबल और नॉट, so whatever we are showing here, that is showing OI, VWAP and price. At the same time, can we put PCR in the same line chart, sir, so that we have PCR in the format of value like 1.16, we can see, but PCR is going increase or decrease. So similar like in line chart can be add here, and we will give the option on the upper hand side, like we have hide and the lots.
Yeah, we should be able to do that. Yeah, we can probably add it. I'll note it down. So
okay, sir. Okay, because this is very useful for option buyer.
Yeah, very true. Yes, I agree. Okay, so that's it, and we are out of time, so we'll continue again at a later date. So we'll stop it here for now. Okay.